Hello and welcome to Tabapix. My name is Tabitha. I play way too much Pokemon Go, and today we're here to talk about Professor Willow's birthday and the Ultra Unlock 10th Anniversary Edition event. I think the first order of business should be to introduce you to someone special. So I know, obviously, you can see I've got the different Alolan Vulpixes, I've got the Golden Yoshis, we got a Sylveon here, and we've got a whole bunch of Pikachus. But this is also Pika, as you can see. Hi, Piki. Named, yes, after the Pokemon. So 2 Pikas here on the chair with me. All right, so let's first talk about the events and the deadlines that we have coming up. So something to keep in mind is that this particular event, there's overlapping aspects of it. There's certain bonuses that are only live at certain times, and then there's certain things that expire at different times as well. So just to put everything together into one kind of visual for you to see here. So the first thing to know about the actual dates. So the 10th anniversary Ultra Unlock is a week-long event, essentially. So it takes place starting on Tuesday, July 21st, starting at 10 a.m., all the way through until Monday, July 27th at 8 p.m. So essentially a full week, Tuesday morning, all the way through to the following Monday night. Now, what makes it a little confusing is that we also have Professor Willow's birthday event. That is a one-day event that starts on Tuesday, the exact same time. So Tuesday, July 21st, from 10 a.m. all the way through until 8 p.m. local time. So Professor Willow's birthday is just on Tuesday. That's it. However, it's at the same time as the Ultra Unlock event, and the Ultra Unlock event continues onward for the week. So don't get confused. You want to make sure you game this out appropriately, and I'm going to help you every step of the way. Even though Professor Willow's birthday is only one day, the timed research that you're going to get for that event, it is expired. Obviously, it's a timed research. It's not a special research, so it does expire. But it does not expire until that Monday at 8 p.m. So you still have the full week to complete that. And then also, this will come with a Go Pass and, of course, a Go Pass Deluxe if you choose to upgrade. That particular benefit does not expire until Wednesday, July 29th. So you have until Wednesday, July 29th at 8 p.m. local time to collect all your bonuses, catch all the Pokemon that you earn during this window. Let's talk about Professor Willow's birthday first. This is the first part of it, goes live, first part of the event on Tuesday, July 21st, starting at 10 a.m. There's a few things about this that make it really interesting. First and foremost, we do get to catch a new costumed Pikachu. So this is Professor Willow's assistant Pikachu also. And I do have a special one. So you can see exactly what he looks like here. This is a plushie of Professor Willow's assistant Pikachu. So he's got his little outfit, it zips up here. He's got his little lab coat, and then his little helmet and his sunglasses. So look for this out in the wild. This is what it looks like. Of course, Professor Willow, with this being a Pikachu, we do have the shiny eligible form. This particular costume is no different, so he can be shiny throughout the entire event. And then also the special feature here is that we do get team leader specific backgrounds. There hasn't been a ton of info released on the Pikachu specifically, but we believe that if, depending on which team you're on, that is the particular team leader you will get. So for example, I'm on Team Instinct, and so it's my understanding that any assistant Pikachus that I catch will have spark themed special backgrounds. With that said, we're not 100% sure, but based on these team leader specific backgrounds appearing with the first partner Pokemon later on in the Ultra Unlocked event, that's what we believe is going to be happening. This is actually pretty cool because it creates a lot of remote trading opportunities. It's a new type of special background and you're only going to be able to get one of. So if you want to collect all 3 team leader backgrounds, you will need to pursue this with either local trades with friends who have different teams, or even potentially doing remote trades as well. How will you get this guy? The main thing is he is not going to be spawning in the wild. So we are going to catch him in field research throughout the day, 1-star raids throughout the day, and then the special timed research that again does not expire until Monday, July 27th. The other thing to mention here is that he will also be spawning through snapshots. So especially if you haven't gotten your Platinum Cameraman medal, or even if you have, go ahead and get those free spawns. It might be shiny. If you are someone who is chasing the shiny, you have until July 27th to do the 1-star Assistant Pikachu raids. So I would make sure you're maximizing your field research chances and your snapshots on the first day of the event, July 21st, before using your premium battle passes and remote raids potentially on chasing that shiny, because you don't want to be spending it on raids the first day and then it turns out you actually get the shiny from field research. Maybe you didn't need to spend that. I know I mentioned the free timed research that everyone gets. It expires on Monday, as I mentioned earlier. One thing to note is that you also get a lucky egg and a star piece for free as well, in addition to the Assistant Pikachu. In addition to rewarding, of course, encounters with the Assistant Pikachu in field research, you also can get Pokecoins as well as lucky eggs from field research as well. And lastly, I'm going to be honest, this is not super attractive for me. I don't find the outfits that exciting, but during this event, you can go into the store and get free themed Professor Willow avatar items. So things like the lab jacket, the goggles, the coat, the pants, all of the Professor Willow gear will be in the store and it will be free. I am not going to be grabbing that. It's not really my vibe and my style, but if it's yours, get after it. The big story about this event and why I am so excited to play it is that the Ultra Unlocked event that runs through the entire week escalates with XP. So what do I mean by that? From July 21st at 10 a.m. when the event starts, all the way through July 23rd at 10 a.m., you get 6 times catch XP, which 6 times catch XP, pretty incredible. But it only gets better from there. July 23rd, starting at 10 a.m., all the way through July 25th at 10 a.m., it jumps to 8 times catch XP. Then we get one last escalation from July 25th at 10 a.m. all the way through July 27th at 8 p.m. So you get a little bit of extra time on that last day. You get 10 times catch XP. Now, here's the thing. These bonuses are stackable. So if you use a lucky egg, you are looking at literally 20 times catch XP. And what that looks like is if you do an excellent throw, you got a lucky egg on, and you're playing this event between July 25th and July 27th, you are looking at 22,000 XP per catch, which is crazy. To get a million XP, that's roughly 46 excellent throws in Pokemon GO, which is astounding. So if you are chasing level 80, or honestly, if you need XP for anything, any levels that you're on, maybe you're trying to get to level 70 to unlock the fun different level challenges that come in the 70s. Now is your chance. You are going to be able to level up like never before. I always talk about friends and sending and receiving gifts being the way to hack XP. That is 100% true. That is always true. But this particular event, this particular XP bonus takes the cake. Do not miss it because you are leaving so much XP on the table if you do. Also, make sure you have plenty of lucky eggs. I know I mentioned the timed research will give you lucky eggs. Field research during Willow's birthday will give you lucky eggs. But I would honestly be stocking up on Pokecoins, maybe even spending a little bit of money to have more Pokecoins, just so you can never be playing without the lucky egg, because the jump from 10 times XP to 20 times XP is insane. So we already talked about the escalating XP that's going to occur. Those windows are also tied to different partner Pokemon that are going to be available as spawns during that time period. So from July 21st through 23rd, we get the Kanto, Johto, and Hoenn starters. So think Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, those 3. Of course, Chikorita, Cyndaquil, as well as Totodile. And then lastly, Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip. From July 23rd until the 25th, we get Sinnoh, Unova, and Kalos starters. And then from July 25th through 27th, which is going to be your highest XP, that's your 10x XP window, you get Alola, Galar, and Paldea starters. With all of these Pokemon that are spawning in the wild, you will have the chance to get a team-specific special background, or a team leader-specific special background. Again, it's going to be tied to which team you are on. So if you are Mystic, you are going to get the blue-themed one. With me being Instinct, I get Spark as my team leader. But you can, of course, trade them. The special backgrounds persist once traded. So just be on the hunt if you happen to have friends who are on different teams. Ask to trade any that you're looking for if you're a completionist. And in order to chase this down, I will be making a tracker for this event that allows you to check off. Number 1, do you have the Pokemon? I would imagine most of these are pretty common. You probably have them all, and many of them have been prior community days, so you likely have all of the shinies as well, but just a place for you to track those. And then for each team leader, you can check off if you have the background or not. If you are one of those completionists and you're looking to make sure that you are checking that box, it's an easy way for you to keep track. During the event window for all of these Pokemon, they will be tied to their legacy moves if they are evolved. So what do I mean by that? All of the water Pokemon that are evolving into their final third evolution will know Hydro Cannon. All of the fire Pokemon when evolving into their last third evolution will know Blast Burn. And then all of the grass Pokemon when evolving into their third and final evolution will know Frenzy Plant. These are legacy moves that are not always there. So if you wait to evolve until after the event is over, you will not get those legacy moves. You will have to use an Elite Charge TM. So just keep in mind that that exists. And if you already have an existing Bulbasaur or Ivysaur, for example, and you know that you want to get Frenzy Plant on that Pokemon, you can just evolve it during this window as well. So just keep an eye on that. You might want to do an audit of your existing Pokemon to see if there's anything you need to evolve. Otherwise, if you catch a great one, or fingers crossed a 4-star or a Shundo during this event, just make sure you're evolving during the event window. In terms of the raids for the rest of the week, I'm going to be honest with you, there's nothing super exciting here. It's the party hat Pokemon that we have seen previously. I don't think there's anything that's brand new. So for 1-star raids, of course, party hat Grimer, and then the assistant Pikachu we talked about earlier. And then for the 3-star raids, we do get party hat Raticate, party hat Nidorino, party hat Gengar, and party hat Wobbuffet. All of those can be shiny as well. And then, of course, you do get a special background chance for all of those raids too. Something that's pretty exciting and that I don't see a lot of people talking about is that during this event, we also get some pseudo-legendaries spawning off of normal lures. So for example, Dreepy, Gibble, Beldum will all spawn from normal lures, which is pretty awesome. So if you happen to be playing in a park, or you're at a restaurant, for example, or you work near a Pokestop, might be worth dropping a few lures. I feel like the normal purple ones, we tend to just accumulate in our box organically throughout. I don't use them a ton myself. So if you happen to have a few of those on hand, who knows, you might get some great pseudo legendaries. I know Metagross in particular is really strong right now in the Master League. So if you don't have a good one of those, or you're farming candy, drop a lure, you might get lucky with some Beldum. We will have the chance during this event to purchase the Masterwork Research, which is Glimmers of Gratitude, which does give you an encounter with Shiny Shaman. Something to keep in mind, if you have already purchased this and you already have Shiny Shaman, you can't get it again, unfortunately. So this is only going to be available to those of you who have not yet purchased it. Sadly for me, I do already have my Shiny Shaman, so this is not something I'm going to be chasing after, but just a heads up if you are looking for that. The 10th anniversary Go Pass will go live, and it includes a few fun items, including, I think I'm pretty excited about this t-shirt, the Avatar t-shirt that's coming. I'm not normally a big fan of yellow, but I do feel like the t-shirt's kind of cute, so I am looking forward to that, and that's free for everyone who plays the event. There is the chance to do the deluxe as well, which is going to be $5 USD, $4.99, and then of course local equivalent elsewhere. That one I feel like doesn't truly come with a ton. You do get, once you reach tier 1, you get 3 times catch candy, which is an enhanced bonus. You do get 2 times catch candy though with the normal Go Pass that you don't need to purchase, so it's not a huge bonus, and I don't personally feel like the candy bonuses really move the needle a ton for me. If you do reach rank 20 with the Go Pass Deluxe, you get an increased XL candy chance, which XL candies are very valuable, especially when thinking about those pseudo legendaries, for example, that I was mentioning earlier. So keep that in mind as well. And then, as I mentioned before, you have until July 29th at 7:59 p.m. to claim those Pokemon, claim those rewards, or they vanish forever. So especially if you are paying for them. 10 times XP, 20 times XP with a lucky egg. All 27 starters in the wild. Every single community day move, back at once. But here's the thing. If you plan this event wrong, you're going to be burning lucky eggs for nothing. So let's make a plan and figure out how to win the event. Why can't I talk?